Buddha.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. How's everybody's day going? How's everybody's week going? What did you all do with your day off yesterday? No Yankees game? Were you all bored? Did you all not know what to do? But just kidding. Shout out to everybody in the chat. How's everybody's day going? We'll say what's up to the folks in the chat here momentarily. But make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share this channel out with everyone you know. We are on the road to 900 subscribers, folks. So if you're watching this on Twitter or X, come over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button and join in on the conversation. We have a lot of fun here. So shout out to everybody in the chat, and make sure you all are hitting those heart emojis at the bottom. It does really help out the channel. But let's say what's up to the chat. So we got CT Cards. What's up, CT Cards? Stephen B, what is up? Jonathan, what's up? How's it going? Nosebleed section, what's up, Nosebleed? Frank Rivera, how we doing? How we doing? Ray Klickner, what's up, man? How you doing? Dev Finch, what's up? Ken, what is going on? What's up, Ken? How you doing? Who else we got? Yo, Erica, what's up, Erica? How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? The girl with the strikeouts. She does her strikeouts pose. I like it. Shout out to Erica. How you doing? Yeah, so okay, watched Raw but no Olympics. Okay, yeah, there was Monday Night Raw. So for anybody who's a wrestling fan, I'm sure you all caught some of Monday Night Raw. I caught the highlights as I always do. So, but yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you all for tuning in as you always do. And yeah, Monday Night Raw. I don't watch it anymore, but I catch up on the highlights. So I like what they're doing with Monday Night Raw now, especially since Triple H is in charge of things. So I like that he's in charge of the storyline. So I'm loving it. Yeah, SummerSlam was pretty dope. So good stuff, good stuff. But you know what else is good stuff? The Yankees, they're winning again. Like they're winning again. It feels good when this team is starting to win again. All right. After the trade deadline, things started to look better for this team, you know, with the addition of Jazz Chisholm, you know, who's been great in the lineup, right? He's been an excellent addition to the lineup. You look at the lineup as a whole now and how that lineup has been looking over the last couple of series. The Yankees lineup looks a lot more scarier, right? It looks scarier now than it was a few weeks ago. Right, a few weeks ago, you had guys like Jahmai Jones and J.D. Davis in the lineup. Like there was no threat there, right? There was no threat after, after Aaron Judge. You know, that was always the big thing was, Aaron Judge. You know, they're gonna pitch around him, or they're gonna intentionally walk him. On Sunday, he got intentionally walked. If I'm not mistaken, he got intentionally walked 3 times, which it goes to show the kind of threat that Aaron Judge is. It goes to show the kind of player that Aaron Judge is. I mean, you look at the last 18 games, you know, Aaron Judge has a batting average of .424, 9 home runs, 20 RBIs. He's got an OBP of .614, and he's walked 27 times, you know. So, those are some wild numbers when it comes to Aaron Judge. But, right now it's like this team, opposing teams. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're going to find ways to pitch around them. But after Aaron Judge, though, there are bats that are a big threat after Judge too, right? Because Austin Wells has been heating up. You have Giancarlo Stanton, who has come back to the team. Yes, he's off to a little bit of a slow start, but that's to be expected. I mean, that's just Giancarlo Stanton for you. But once Giancarlo Stanton gets going, he's going to be a threat like he was before his injury. Volpe has been showing some signs of life right? So there's some guys that they're coming around. All right, but you all let me know what you think. And let me see the comments here. So Nosebleed section saying the lineup needs to protect Judge, specifically 4 through 6. They need to make other teams fear them if they walk Judge. Well, so I'm saying, so right now you got Austin Wells, you have you have Giancarlo Stanton, who just came back. Jazz Chisholm now. You add Jazz Chisholm to that lineup. He presents a threat too. So the 4 through 6 right now, however you want to put it, you could even, you could include Gleyber Torres in there because Gleyber Torres bats somewhere in that order, and he has his moments of shining. Right, he gets his bat can be pretty hot sometimes, but the 4 through 6, if you have Wells, Giancarlo Stanton, and then Jazz Chisholm, that 4 through 6, all of a sudden right after Aaron Judge, it starts to look a lot better. It's it's not just Soto Judge. You have those 3 guys now. You have Stanton. It could be Stanton at number 4 or Austin Wells at number 4. Either one of them. And then you also have Ben Rice, who could be who's hits at that 6-7 spot, and he's also patient at the plate. So I do like this lineup a lot better. The lineups that have been coming out in the last few games. All of a sudden, it's looking a lot more attractive than where it was a few weeks ago. Erica's saying he's a threat, but challenge him when there's nobody on. Parents take kids to these games so they can see Judge. They should. Yeah, and there's been some talks about limiting intentional walks, but I don't. Well, you know what? I could see something like that happening. With all these rule changes to Major League Baseball with the ghost runner, and then how many times you could throw over to first base or second base with the runner on, limiting that, the pitch clock. That's entirely possible that I could see something like that happening. It's just the intentional walks. It happened to McGuire. It happened to Barry Bonds. Now it's happening to Aaron Judge. He just presents a threat. He's an immediate threat at the plate, and a lot of pitchers and teams. They're willing to pitch to anybody else but Aaron Judge. But I feel like with this lineup that the Yankees have right now, after Aaron Judge, there's other bats in that lineup that you have to worry about now, right? Because again, Austin Wells, he's been heating up, right? Giancarlo Stanton, he's going to heat up. I'm confident that he will heat up. He's got a little bit of a a slow start right now. Again, he just came back from injury, so I'm not expecting anything big from him. And then you have Jazz Chisholm in that lineup. Volpe's been heating up too. Right. Just a little bit about Anthony Volpe. Last 15 games for Anthony Volpe, 64 at bats, 12 runs, 23 hits. He's got 5 home runs, 12 RBIs, a lot of strikeouts. Struck out 14 times, walked once, but he's got a batting average of 359, an OBP of 369, a slugging of 656. So, he's starting to his bat's been starting to heat up, and I like Anthony Volpe at the bottom of the lineup. Personally, I don't know what you all think, but I like him at the bottom of the lineup. I know Verdugo has been leading off, and yes, he's been his bat's been cold as of late. His defensive game has been great still in left field. He's still a great defender, but his bat has not been great. He's been in a major slump. His batting average, I believe, is around the 230s. And then I was going to mention real quick that Volpe right now, Anthony Volpe's batting average at the moment is 261. So batting average is looking a lot better right now. So, but yeah, Verdugo, as I said, he's at the leadoff spot. He's been at the leadoff spot. And I think he's better there. I like him at the leadoff spot because of the fact that if you put him at 4, like the 4 or 5 spot, and let's say there's 1 man on or 2 men on, it's almost it's almost guaranteed. Like when he was coming, every time he came up to bat, that he was going to hit into a double play. It's not just Verdugo, but it just seems like the Yankees as a whole, they hit into a lot of double plays. I mean, they lead the majors in double plays, right? And that's not to be negative. It's just stating the facts. I like Verdugo at the leadoff spot because if he when bottom of the first comes and he leads off, right? If he hits the ball, he gets out. It's only one out, right? Then the threats start to come. You have Soto, you have you have Judge. Right after that, you have Austin Wells, you have Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm. All of a sudden the big threats are coming right after Verdugo. So at least you have Verdugo at the leadoff spot. So if he gets out, it's only one out, right? Start the game, right? You're not getting into a quick 2-out situation. So yeah, Volpe does look more comfortable at the lineup, and Erica puts up this stat right here. She is saying Verdugo is slumping, but last 7 games he's 258, 333, 387. So it's not terrible. Yeah, keeping him. Yeah, I agree with you. I like him in the leadoff spot. I do like him in the leadoff spot, but overall, Verdugo. If we pull up his current stats right now, right? I mean, those stats right there, Erica, definitely, they're good, they're excellent, but his batting average did drop tremendously. His batting average right now, he's hitting 233. So that batting average has dropped. So it certainly needs to come up. It certainly needs to improve. So hopefully it does. I think it will. I don't know. I know he didn't play on Sunday. I don't know if it was just because he was hurt or it was just like he needed a day off. And if he needed a day off, I get it. He does sometimes. Players need it. Players do need it. I mean, they do get fatigued, and we'll talk about certain players that I think might be fatigued, but we'll get to that here momentarily. What's up there, John? How's it going? Yeah, how are things in Florida, man? I know Florida was getting hit with some storms or was it hurricanes. So let me know how you all are doing, man. Please be safe out there. And we got Egyptian Magician. What's up, man? How's it going? Day off because he went 0 for 5. Yeah, I mean it's pretty bad when you go 0 for 5. Ray's asking my prediction for Judge home runs. I mean he's on pace to hit 59. Honestly, I mean I know he's getting intentionally walked. I do get that. I could see him maybe. You know what? I'm gonna say 63. Screw it. I'm gonna say 63. Yeah, he killed it in that Boston series, Verdugo. But that Phillies that series against the Phillies, not so great. I mean, and then the games against the Blue Jays, it wasn't great either. I mean, like Erica pointed out, he went 0 for 5 on Saturday, which was that's pretty bad when you go 0 for 5, right? Fort Myers is doing good, man. Good. I'm glad. Cool. Yeah, Judge hit 74. That would be crazy. Well, that's what I'm saying with the intentional walks to Judge. That's where guys like, Austin Wells, Giancarlo Stanton, Jazz Chisholm, these guys need to step up and just make the other team pay for it. You know what I mean? And they could do it. They certainly have the capability to do it. So, and shout out to Gusto. What's up, man? Again, asking everybody. Appreciate you, man. Like, share, subscribe, turn on that notification bell, smash those emojis, the heart emojis down there at the bottom. I would greatly appreciate it. We are on the road to 900 subscribers. So if there's anybody out there watching this, hit that subscribe button, join in on the conversation. Do I think DJ legitimately mad because Judge threw water on him, or is it? I don't know. No, I don't. I don't know why he would be mad. I mean, I don't think so. I don't think so. Verdugo has hitting. Just yeah, he's got the hitting. He's got the hitting. Yeah, you're right there. It's just bad luck. Every time he does hit the ball hard. It just he gets out. He just gets out. It just he does hit the ball. He's just hitting into bad luck. You're not wrong there. So, but yeah, but like I said, I think the Yankees lineup is looking a lot better than where it was before, compared to where it was a few weeks ago. I mean, with a few of the changes, a couple of guys getting, one guy getting DFA, the other guy getting sent back down. JD, no more JD Davis, no Jahmai Jones. Um, all of a sudden, you know, all of a sudden, this, like I said, the lineup looks a lot better. Let's see who they call up in September. I know Jason Dominguez is going to get called up at some point, and I can't wait to see him. Hopefully, he can continue staying healthy and continue doing his thing. And what are you putting here, bro? He's saying over 800 subscribers. Look at you go, bro. You don't forget us little guys. Whatever. Oh man. I'll tell you what, Erica, I'm not doing a panel today, but if you want to come on, I could send you the link. You're always welcome to. You already know that. I told you. You got my number, dude. So you could always text me and be like, "Yo, can I come on?" And you're always welcome to come on. Verdugo not hitting, but at least he hasn't been a problem. I thought he would. No. I think yeah, Thursdays are open panels, but like I said, Eric, if you wanted to come on, let me know. Shoot me a message here or text me. As a matter of fact, here's what I'll do. No, I just think that he was, he's not a problem at all. I think he was just unhappy in Boston. So, sometimes, players need a change of scenery so they can, and they start to perform better. So, Rodney, what's up, man? I know you, Rodney. What's going on, my friend? I'm back to the glass half full. Good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad because I think fans are a lot happier, right? Right now the Yankees, they won their 7 of the last 8 games. They've won 3 straight series, so it's good to see. I'm happy for that, and it's great that they're winning series again, Mike. Like, because for a while there they weren't winning any series, and it's good that they won a home series. So that was their first series win at home since June 4th through the 6th versus the Twins. They were 0-6-1 in their previous 7 home series. So yeah, it's been a while since they actually won a series at home. It's been 2 months. So it's insane. All right. And I'm just sending something here real quick. Bear with me, folks. I'll be done here shortly. Boom. All right. Erica, check your phone. Yeah, we need to win 2 out of 3 against the. I think they should be able to sweep the Angels. I'm just saying, right? We'll talk about the Angels later in the pregame, but they have no Mike Trout, they have no Anthony Rendon. I feel bad for Mike Trout. I really do. I do like Mike Trout, but that guy's just always injury prone. But yeah, hopefully they have a good month, And this month on paper, the schedule is a lot easier. This month is a lot easier. So let's see how it all plays out. But I do think they'll have a much better month, especially with the lineup that they have right now. They're going to get some other reinforcements coming back, right? They're going to have Clark Schmidt coming back. They're going to have John Birdie coming back, who's been missing. So we'll see what happens. But next thing I want to talk about is the concerns with the pitching. All right. Particularly with the starting pitching. And I want to get everybody's thoughts on this because as of late, you saw the performance by, Marcus Strowman. And I think Marcus Strowman, listen, I still think he's a good pitcher. And we got Erica in the back. You ready to go? Awesome. Let's go. I got you.
What's up? What's going on, everybody?
Shout out to Erica. Please welcome Erica. What up?
Not much, man. I'm working today. I got a busy afternoon, so I was just like, oh, I'll hop on for a bit real quick.
Yeah, that's cool.
Hang out.
Yeah.
Have some fun. Talk some Yankees.
Hell
it's
yeah.
My favorite thing in the world.
You could ditch work. You could just call in and be like, yo, not feeling it today.
I already did that yesterday. I went to the beach, so.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, it's an off day for the Yankees, so it's an off day for me too.
You start being like a ball girl or something for him, like just start sitting in the right field and.
Yeah, you know what? I've always wanted to do that. I just never knew how to get it done, but I've written a letter to Joe Torre before about it. Like, I still have that letter.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Obviously, he never answered, but I was just like, how do I do this? But they do like a women's camp thing in January at George Steinbrenner Field down in Tampa, and I'm like kind of tempted, but it's like $3,000.
Ooh.
Yeah, but
that's pretty steep.
You get to play on the field. I guess you run through some drills. You get to play games. You get an official jersey. You get to meet some players, but like old guys. You know what I'm saying? Like I was looking at the list. Like there's the cool names like Tino Martinez. I forget some of the names, but then you got like Homer Bush. Like yeah, it's like all right, cool. Like,
all right, Homer Bush. That's a name
like,
I haven't heard in a while.
I want to get the Bernie Williams and like the Paul O'Neills out there.
Bernie's my favorite Yankee of all time, by the way. So.
Well, he's gonna be on Hector's.
Yeah, he's gonna be on Hector's show. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm definitely gonna tune in because I'm trying to get. Yeah, I want to get Bernie on this channel.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be so dope. Yeah, I can't wait to interview him. But let me get your thoughts on the Yankees lineup. I know we were kind of chatting in there, but how do you feel about this lineup now compared to where it was a few weeks ago? Because I was saying that this lineup looks a lot better than where it was a few weeks ago because you don't have JD Davis, you don't have Jahmai Jones. Yeah. Now all of a sudden this lineup after Judge, because that's been the main complaint, is after Judge there was no threat, but now you have Giancarlo who just came back, you have Austin Wells who's been hot, Volpe's been killing it. So I mean, let me get your thoughts on the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they still can't figure out the leadoff, which is fine. I guess that's just a question mark and something that they're going to have to address either in the offseason or, I know it's not Nosebleed's favorite guy, but eventually when the Martian does get here, I'm sure that they'll try him out in the leadoff spot. But yeah, I think Stanton being back is a major difference, and I think that Jazz Chisholm's early success with the Yankees has just changed the dynamic of this lineup. Everyone's hitting again. I think the All-Star break really helped a lot of guys. Wells in the cleanup spot has been really good. So yeah, obviously when guys are hitting, things are gonna be better. Our offense has scored at least 5 runs in the last how many games? It's been a few games in a row now. Right?
Yeah, they've been scoring a ton of runs. I mean, a ton of runs, but
well, they didn't score. Actually, they didn't score 5 in the last one. It's just my bad.
No, you're good. It was 4, and they won. It was a walk-off by DJ, who everybody craps on, but DJ's been.
So ever since the Mets series, which was an abomination. They've scored one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight games in a row with 5 runs or more.
Which is something that this lineup is capable of doing. I mean, they should be able to do that every game. I feel like. I mean, yeah, there's going to be some of those games where, yeah, the bats are just cold, or just things are not. It's not clicking. But I don't know. This lineup is looking a lot better, and it's just like Rodney said. They got plate discipline back, which is great. Because they're starting to look a lot more patient at the plate again. They're doing some situational hitting, which they're bunting, so they're being more strategic with it. So
Yeah.
at the plate, so they're not just thinking home run or nothing.
And I
So
and I like that. And you know what a big play on Sunday was? The double steal. Like
mm-hmm.
Jazz Chisholm's athleticism and speed. Um, and then you mix that with an Anthony Volpe on first, like that. Those are the little things that they have to do, right? They scraped by those 2 runs, but they were able to get back in the game just because of that double steal. And that's something I don't think the Yankees would have done before the Chisholm trade. So yeah, it's like those little things. I agree. The athleticism has definitely gone up, and just the protection that Stanton offers. He didn't have the greatest weekend, but it's just you. If you do throw something there for him, he's going to demolish it. He came up in big spots a few times, and he didn't. He never got the big hit, but it's just that threat is always there, and that's something that they haven't had since he got injured, obviously. So yeah, it's I'm having fun watching baseball again. There was a point where I was like in the beginning of the season where I was like, damn, they have an off day. Like they were doing so well that you didn't want them to have an off day. And then they
Oh, she froze up, disappeared, but Erica was making some good points there. But yeah, like she was saying, it feels good when the Yankees start winning games again. So they're exciting to watch. So we'll get Erica back up here momentarily. I think she was just having some connection issues, but let's see what we got in the comments. I think she's back. Yeah, you good?
Yeah, my bad. I got a call. I forgot to put my phone in do not disturb mode. Um
You good?
Yeah, so I was saying like in the beginning of the season I was bummed out when there was an off day. Then we had 6 weeks where I was like praying for an off day because I couldn't deal to watch the Yankees lose anymore.
No doubt. No
And
doubt.
then now I'm just like yesterday I was like, damn, I really wish the Yankees had a game, especially because they're playing teams like the Angels and the White Sox. So yeah, it's fun again. I'm glad we're having fun again.
Yeah, yeah. No, like I said, I think, like you said, I think adding Jazz Chisholm to that lineup, I think it's done wonders so far, because it's another a guy who he could play, like, it looks like any position really. I mean, you put him anywhere, he's just like, cool, I'll play it. Because so far I like him at third base. I feel like he's been playing third base pretty well. I do want to see him at second eventually. I mean, ideally I like to, but I wouldn't be surprised if he plays third base next season. Um, that would not surprise me one bit. But all of a sudden, like I said, the lineup is looking a lot better. The schedule for the Yankees, I mean, it's a lot easier this month, especially on paper. It's easier, but we'll see how they do. But I don't know. I feel a lot better about this team than where I was a couple of weeks ago. Not to say that they weren't going to miss the playoffs or anything. It's just a lot of it just really had to do with these guys being hurt, and they didn't have the right. They didn't always have the greatest of lineups, but it was just they had what they dealt. They were just dealt with what they had. So it's like they didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bats are coming around. But what about pitching? Are you at all concerned with the pitching?
I'm extremely concerned with the pitching.
What up?
My bad.
Yeah, you're good. I was saying what's up to cold Italian pizza.
Yeah. I think that we have what up, cold Italian pizza. I think we need to be concerned with the pitching. I mean, I like that Cole settled in. I like that Rodon has had 3 good starts in a row. But and then Heel has been like solid since he had those couple of games where he looked like he couldn't get anybody out. But you still got Strowman and you got Cortez still in this rotation. You still have a question mark in Schmidt, and with Rodon, it's like I like we love what we're seeing, but it's almost like walking on eggshells because it's like which one are we gonna get? Is he going to regress again? You know what I mean? And with Heel, it's another more question marks. Like, all right, he's never pitched this much again, So in a playoff
Hmm.
situation, is he really gonna come through? Like our real bread and butter is Garrett Cole, and he's still kind of ramping up, I would say. He's like it's not easy to come in June and try to be in midseason form. So I think he'll be fine. Like I have no I'm not really worried about him, but the rest of the starting rotation is a question mark, or they are who they are. Where I think Strowman is who he is. He might be dealing with something, I don't know. But a lot of teams that had him before have always said this. Oh, he'll be good for you for the first half, but come back and talk to us in the second. And now we're starting to see those cracks. And then Nestor, I think I've always said it. Nestor hit his ceiling, and it kind of ruined him a little bit because now we have these expectations that Nestor's going to be this guy that he was in 2022. Was it 2022 or 2021? But he's never going to be that. Like what we're seeing is what he is, As long as he could keep us in games, I mean, he's a solid number 5 guy. But in a playoff run, this rotation does still concern me. I just hopefully they can stay consistent, at least Heel and Rodon, and then we'll be a solid 1, 2, 3. Because in the playoffs, you can go with a 3 to 4 man rotation. So, and I like the bullpen a little bit. I do like what I'm seeing from Leiter,
Hmm.
you know. Um, but again, it's still there's just a lot of question marks in the pitching, and I think that's the bigger issue. I knew the offense would have eventually come back around, right? It took a while, and they're still not perfect because they're leaving a ton of people in scoring position. But a lot of teams are doing that. Offenses across the board are pretty bad at that in general. Um, but yeah, I think the bigger question mark has always been pitching, and I think that's why we wanted them to go out and get bullpen arms, and we wanted them to go out and get a starting pitcher. And unfortunately, they didn't get the starting pitcher. They got the 2 bullpen arms. They weren't the sexy picks, but they did. They at least they did something. We'll see what happens. I mean, there's still a lot of season left, so you know, who knows?
No, 100%. At the deadline, I wanted them to get 2 bullpen arms. I wanted one of those arms to be a lefty, but because they're lacking lefty bullpen arms right now. I don't know if they'll pick up somebody that's on waivers. I don't know if there's any players available there. Um, I don't know. I don't think there's anybody really in their farm that they could call up. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think there is. I feel like it's mostly righty arms, but they need some lefty arms in that bullpen. Maybe they'll address that in the offseason. We'll see how that all plays out. And yeah, Ronnie, at least, or what was that comment? He said at least they didn't overpay. That was the thing, at least during the deadline, they didn't overpay. You saw what they gave up for freaking Tanner Scott, the Padres.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been the equivalent of like Spencer Jones, Arias from the Yankees. And but I'm just like, no way, man, no way. And I wouldn't have done that. And yeah, Ken says, you have four bullpen arms and 2 starters returning. This is true. So, they have some reinforcements. So maybe, but them getting two arms was good. They're going to get some reinforcements coming back. I mean, but yeah, the starting pitching, right? I'm a little there. I do have some concerns. And Erica camera went out again, but yeah, I do have some concerns about the starting pitching. Particularly with Marcus Stroman. He's been in a little bit of a slump lately, right? So, oh, I lost Erica again. Okay, no worries. We'll get her back on here momentarily. So Marcus Stroman, his last game, which was on Saturday, he only pitched 2 innings, gave up 7 runs, 8 hits. He struck out 3, walked 1. I mean, to me, it's unacceptable from a starting pitcher. I mean, to only pitch 2 innings. Now you're putting a lot of pressure on the bullpen. I mean, the bullpen's been, sorry about that. Yeah, the bullpen's been, you're putting more stress on the bullpen. and Stroh to the pen for a while. Maybe I wouldn't say to the pen. I would say, maybe give him an extra off day or something. Maybe skip a start so he can work on his mechanics. Because the thing with Strowman too, and I was talking about this with Pinstripe Chronicles show yesterday. Which shout out to those guys. Make sure you guys subscribe to them. He's leaving a lot of pitches over the plate. Those pitches that he's throwing, it's like right down the middle. It's making it easier for opposing teams to hit. Dead arm. I don't know about dead arm, Rodney. I'm thinking he's fatigued. I think he's fatigued. I think you need to put him. I don't want to say phantom IL. Maybe give him a skip a start or something, and then maybe you could call up Will Warren. Will Warren. I actually like Will Warren. I like his major league debut when he filled in for Garrett Cole against the Phillies. He gave up 4 runs. He gave up a 3-run home run, but he was able to redeem himself, and it was good. It was good to see from Will Warren, and we got to see him pitch at a major league level. But again with Strowman, right? He went only 2 innings and gave up 7 runs. The game before that, it was against the Red Sox. He went 3 innings, gave up 3 runs on 9 hits. Then the game against Tampa Bay, it was I guess you could say it was a little better. He went 5 innings, gave up 2 earned runs, 5 and he struck out 5. But his so slightly better, but it's not impressive. But his last couple of starts, though, he has not been pitching well off the mound. The guy just has not been pitching off the mound well in his starts. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he's just fatigued or it's just his pitches are off. But all of his pitches are hanging, and it's like right down the plate. So I know he's been. I don't know if you all notice it, but he does. He is trying. I feel like he's trying to get strikeouts. Whereas before in some of his previous starts, he was throwing pitches right at the corners. Like he likes getting those corners. So he that's what he was aiming for. Now he's throwing those pitches right down the plate. So I don't, hopefully he can figure it out. I do like Marcus Stroman. I do think that he will bounce back. I hope this slump or this funk that he's going through is temporary and he starts to pick it back up. I think he will, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, and I know I know he signed a 2-year deal. Who knows? Maybe I was talking about this with Dane Huber a little bit yesterday. We were talking, and he was thinking that he wouldn't be surprised if Marcus Stroman was to be traded. Although that wouldn't surprise me either. Same thing could be said about Nestor Cortez, who to me is another question mark as far as the starting rotation goes. I think Nestor is the guy, and some of you may disagree with me on this, and that's okay. I understand, but I think he's a guy that honestly I think he goes to the bullpen. The Yankees do need a lefty arm in the bullpen. He's the perfect guy for it. With Nestor, with Nestor, you don't know what you're going to get from him. It's almost guaranteed the guy. I mean, everybody in the rotation is just they're all going to give up home runs. I mean, that's a given. But Nestor's one of those guys you don't know what you're going to get from him. There's games when he's on, right? He's unstoppable. But there's other games he's just giving up hits. He's given up a bunch of runs and making it hard for the bats to make any sort of comeback. When you give up 3-4 runs and you're down 3 or 4 runs, I mean you're making it hard on the bats to do their job. And Ken is saying hip rotation helps bring the arm home. Ball will stay down. Strowman is opened up when pitching. Would you take a flyer on Jake Thurman? I think Matt Blake could straighten him out, especially with a couple of those bozos that they signed and got rid of. I'd have to look at his stats there, Joe. Hopefully Jason comes in and plays good regularly, and everybody. Yeah, we'll see what happens when Jason gets called up. I mean, again, as long as he stays healthy and doesn't, there's no delays in his progress. I'm curious to see what Nest or Jason Dominguez's future, or if he gets called up. So. Yeah, no, he's probably more than likely going to be a September call up. I mean, I agree with you, Spinning Mantis. That's what I think too. Nestor's future, we'll talk about Nestor's future. I mean, we'll talk about what we think and what's everybody's predictions for Nestor Cortez's future. My opinion, the players that were talked about at the deadline are still here. Will play better. You're not. I don't think you're wrong. I don't think you're wrong. Hopefully, hopefully it lights a fire under like Gleyber Torres to play a lot better. Nestor Cortez too. The thing with Nestor Cortez, I'll say this. I personally think that I think Nestor, he might be the guy that could go back to the bullpen. He could be the guy that it could be Luis Hill too. So I mean, who knows at this point? Depending on Luis Hill's innings limit. I know Matt Blake has said that he doesn't have an innings limit, but they're monitoring him. So we'll see what happens there. What up there, Jacob? What's going on, man? Well, they expand the roster in September there, so but as far as Nestor's future with the Yankees, I do, and I agree with Lou. I think he's going to get traded because the fact of the matter is this: if the Yankees got a starting pitcher in at the deadline, I feel like Nestor would have been traded. Nestor would have been traded. And the fact of the matter is, once the season's over, I think he's gone. All right, I think they're going to trade him. I don't know to who or where, but he would bring some sort of value to the team. So to another team. I mean, I have nothing. I have nothing against Nestor Cortez. All right, I want to let everybody know. Like, I don't have anything against Nestor Cortez. I think Nestor Cortez is a good pitcher. I just don't know. I just don't think he's the guy for the Yankees. I mean, yeah, he had that great season in 2022, but then 2023 wasn't so great. I mean, he was hurt. This year he's been very up and down. Again, it's one of those things where you don't know what you're going to get with Nestor Cortez. Oh, they had and I think I heard the same thing. I don't know. Do you know who they were going to get from the Cardinals? Because they and that could still go down in the offseason. They could still make a call to the St. Louis Cardinals and make a trade happen in the offseason. But yeah, I don't see Nestor Cortez on this team after the season. But we'll see what happens. We've said the same thing about Gleyber Torres, right? We've said the same thing about Gleyber Torres, about him being traded, but I'm honestly not surprised that Gleyber Torres was not traded because I was like, this guy is going to continue playing and he's going to finish the season as a New York Yankee. He'll more than likely wear a uniform elsewhere where I don't know. But we got freaking Joel Sherman. We got Brian Cashman in the building. What's up, guys? Thanks for joining. I don't have anything against anyone on this team, though. DJ and Torres frustrate me. Still like them both, though. Yeah, no, I get it there, Ray. I mean, look, DJ and Torres, they frustrate a lot of people, but you still got to cheer them on, right? I mean, you don't want them to fail. You hope that they play well. I mean, again, DJ last week against the Phillies. I mean, he got all six in that third game. All 6 runs were from him. One of them being a grand slam. He got the game winning. He got the game winning hit on Sunday, and in extra innings. And that was his fifth career walk off hit. So it's great to see from DJ. Gleyber Torres, he's been inconsistent this year. It's I cheer for Torres. I want the guy to play well. Of course, I want him to play well. I want DJ to play well. As far as DJ goes, I mean, his best days are behind him. He's going to show up in certain moments. I don't think he's a guy that needs to be playing every day. I think he's a guy that needs to come off the bench. But he's a little bit older now. I do think that the injuries have really hurt him. It's not that he's a bad hitter. I think the injuries have truly played him or plagued him. So that's what I think. Got to get a sip of that water. Guess what? Cortez is a 5-star. His numbers are lower than the league average for 5 stars. Hal isn't spending cash after Soto's re-sign. Be there next season. Well, I don't think they'll go out there and get a sign a starting pitcher, but I could still see a scenario where they trade Cortez. I do personally see that. But would I be surprised if he's in a Yankees uniform next season? No, I wouldn't be surprised. And speaking of signing, I know they're going to focus on Soto. There was an article that was talking about the Yankees, basically the Yankees being linked to Corbin Burns, which I don't see that happening. I definitely don't see the Yankees signing Corbin Burns. I'd be really surprised if that were to happen, but I don't see that happening. DJ will hit the World Series winning a home run. Imagine it's like an Aaron Boone moment or something. Like he hits like a bomb, like he hits like a 3-run shot, wins the World Series off of his home run. Oh my God. I wonder how fans would react to that. Yeah, for sure. And again, DJ's been showing a little bit of life lately. Like I said, he scored all 6 runs were from him in that Phillies game. He got the game-winning hit on Sunday in extra innings, which, by the way, in extra innings, that was the third straight win by the Yankees in extra innings. They lost the previous 6 because we all know when it comes to extra innings is the Yankee. It's not really the Yankees' thing to win games in extra innings. It's not. They don't have a great track record, but they won their 3rd straight game in extra innings. So shout out to the Yankees, for making it happen. And with that walk-off, that was their second walk-off of the season. Let's see. Joe's saying, yeah, I can see Nestor getting traded. His salary's going up. See if Warren and Hampton can be a mid-rotation pitcher. I mean, this is where I think Will Warren could get caught. I mean, we could see him next season in the starting rotation. For next year as the number 5. Yeah, for sure. I like Poteet. I mean, Poteet definitely has starting pitching capabilities, but I think he'd be solid in the bullpen. And if you guys saw the same articles and later read the same articles, but the Sox were getting them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only way they sign Corbin Burns is if they lose Soto, which we know the Yankees are going to do everything in their power to retain Juan Soto. So I think Willie Randolph's coaching days are over, man. I love Willie Randolph, but they do need to find a new third base coach. Nestor came close to being traded. He didn't want to leave. He's still here. He got So life. Let's see if he responds. Yeah, we'll see if he responds, man. I mean, yeah, if the Yankees did acquire a starting pitcher, I mean, they did get Flaherty. Nestor was being traded for sure. So, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he is traded. I mean, the Yankees could still explore that option. I think they will. I think they will as long as they get something good coming back, because he does come with another year of control, if I'm not mistaken. So, and he brings some value to another team for sure. He brings value now to the Yankees. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's a bit of inconsistency. I mean, you could say the same thing about Carlos Rodon, but Carlos Rodon in his last few starts has looked solid. He's looked like the number 2 guy that we were all hoping for. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from Carlos Rodon so far. Hopefully that consistency continues, right? So in his last game that he pitched against Toronto on Saturday, over a little over 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, struck out 8, he walked 2, right? In the game before that against Boston, went 6 innings, he struck out 7, he walked 1, gave up 2 runs. The game before that against Tampa Bay, he went 7 innings, he struck out 10, walked 2, and gave up only 1 run. So his last 3 starts, he's been looking a lot better. So shout out to Carlos Rodon for having good starts. Hopefully that continues with him. This is the Carlos Rodon that we all want. This is the Carlos Rodon that we were all expecting. So hopefully he continues, pitching this way, right? We need that. We need that from Carlos Rodon. Us fans, we need that. So. All right. See you later, man. Thanks for tuning in there, Ray. Yep. Hit the likes, folks. But yeah, folks, thank you for everybody for tuning in so far. Just a quick little pause. Thank you for everybody for tuning in. Greatly appreciate all of you. Make sure you all are hitting that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everyone you know. I greatly appreciate it. Again, we are on the road to 900 subscribers, so it does mean the world to me, folks, and I do thank you for it. Projected free agent contract, 7 years, 245 mil. That's I could 7 years. I could definitely see. I think he's 30 now. So yeah, we're not going anywhere. I'm still here. We're here for a little more, for much longer. So thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate you. Yeah, I knew you from the Positivity channel. There's a few folks in here from the Positivity channel, so appreciate you all, man. You all rock. So yeah, relieved that Rodon has turned it around. I was worried. Yeah, let's hope it continues, right? I mean, Rodon is one of those guys too, right? He could pitch, lights out. He could look great on the mound, right? In one game. Then the next game, it's like, he can pitch. He'll pitch like 4 innings, but it's not a great performance from him, right? He'll pitch like 3 or 4 innings in a game, and it's he just doesn't look good on the mound. But hopefully these last 3 starts, he's looked good in these last 3 starts. Hopefully he continues trending that way. Hopefully he continues trending up. I don't see Burns walking away from the Orioles either. I think the Orioles are gonna sign him back. I mean, there's no doubt there. And I don't know if the Yankees want to deal with another Scott Boras client. So there's also that. They already got a deal, they're already trying to sign Juan Soto. But yeah, no doubt. Joe, with the emergence of Hill and progress that Schmidt has shown, the front of that Rotation is one of the best of the Major League Baseball. Yes, yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, Luis Hill has been a bright spot in this starting rotation, right? I mean, Luis Hill has looked fantastic in this rotation. He got the job out of spring training. It was him versus Will Warren. He pitched a lot better than Will Warren. I know a lot of fans at the time were upset about Will Warren not getting the job, but Luis Hill pitched a lot better, and he performed better. And now, look at him now. He's been his starts have been a lot better than where he was before. He was in a little bit of a slump at one point, but he's also turned it around. Is he the guy that goes back to the bullpen? There was conversations about perhaps Luis Hill going back going to the bullpen. And he has like closer type stuff. I'm not saying make him a closer. No, I'm not, because Clay Holmes is the closer, and that's not changing, at least not now. That could change next season. We'll see how things go. And real quick, I got Mr. Barrows in the building. What's up, Mr. Barrows? You overslept? Hey, it happens, man. Sometimes you oversleep, and there's nothing wrong with oversleeping. Oversleeping can be a good thing. So nothing wrong with that. But I appreciate you tuning in, man. Shout out to you, Mr. Barrows. But yeah, Hill has been a lot better. Hill's been a bright spot in the starting rotation. I personally don't see him being taken out of this rotation. I don't know how you can. I really don't. Again, Matt Blake has said that there's no innings limit on him, but he hasn't. But he did say that they were going to monitor him. So we'll see what they do. Because to look up Luis Hill's stats, and while I'm doing that, I see a couple of other people coming in. Best Baseball 9 player, what's up? Will Starr, what up, man? How you doing, Will Starr? Shout out to you guys. Appreciate you all jumping in. Where are we at? Luis Hill. So far, Luis Hill, 11-5 record with a 3.20 ERA. So he's pitched 112 innings so far, guys and gals. Like, he's pitched 112 innings. So I think by the time the season's over, all right, I think he'll be at 140 innings, right? I don't know. Do you all think that they'll let Luis Hill go over 140 innings? Let me know what you all think in the chat. Yeah, well, pitching away. Yeah, when he pitches away from Yankee Stadium, it's been a big issue. But when he kind of causes a little. He has problems pitching at home too. I mean, we've seen it. So, yeah, I would agree. Negatory on that. But 140 innings. Do you see him finishing the season with innings pitched 140? Can you all see that, or do you all see over 140? Right now, he's at 112 innings. I think that what I see with Luis Hill is that I do think that they will limit him to how many innings he pitches. He'll still continue being a starter. I don't see him. I don't see him pitching like long games, like 6-7 innings, maybe 6 at the most, but I don't see him pitching over that. Yeah, I mean he did nosebleed, he did, but again, it's still one of those things where you don't know what version of Nestor you're getting. Under 140, might be right. Maybe like 130, Will Star. Hill would be a great closer. He could pitch in the eighth and ninth. He kind of reminds me of Rivera. Yeah, he has like Mariano Rivera type stuff. He does. I mean, he has the capability of being a closer. I mean, he's not going to be a closer right now. Let's we all know that not now. Clay Holmes is still the closer. We'll see what happens after this season. Because Clay Holmes is a free agent. They could bring Clay Holmes back and go after a closer in the offseason, or they could explore what they have in house. It's gonna be really interesting to see. I hope so, Nosebleed, and I want him to. I mean, again, I'm not gonna cheer for him to pitch bad. I really do hope Nestor does. He does pitch better. So hopefully it's a motivation that he didn't get traded. He's still on the Yankees. And he goes out and performs to like the Nestor Cortez that we all know. Yeah, Clark Schmidt. So he's making some progress right now. Man, I can't wait to get Clark Schmidt back. I can't wait for the Yankees to get Clark Schmidt back. He's been prior to his injury, he was having a great season. I mean, he was pitching great. I honestly had all the confidence in the world when it came to Clark Schmidt. And he's been pitching better than I think what we all expected. So he's having himself a good season. He's been missing out of this rotation, and it's obvious. So I can't wait till he gets back in the rotation, because I know we have in this, at least on this channel, I know we've discussed it many times of what happens when Garrett Cole gets back into the rotation, who goes back to the bullpen. Now the question is when Clark Schmidt gets back, does he go to the bullpen, or does he get plugged back into the starting rotation, and do one of the other guys in the starting rotation go to the bullpen? So what do you all think about that? When Clark Schmidt gets back, do you all see Clark Schmidt in the bullpen, or do you all see somebody else getting moved, like a Luis Hill or Nestor Cortez? I mean, personally, again, a lot of people may disagree with me on this, but I can see Nestor Cortez in that bullpen, and he'd be perfect. And they need a lefty in the bullpen. So what do we think? Clark had been having issues getting through order more than 2 times before he got injured. It seemed like, yeah, I know that was a bit of a struggle. So for him to get to go through the batting order more than twice, but looked better before he got injured. Absolutely. And before we play them, yeah. Oh, the White Sox. Yeah, I see y'all talking about the White Sox. We'll start saying Nestor hits the pen. That's what I think too. I think Clark starts. I see that as well. I do see that as well. Marinaccio. He's a bullpen guy there, Rodney. I mean, they had called him up, but then they sent him back down. That was like last week, I think. Yeah, they had called him up. Schmidt stays in the rotation. I believe Strowman may go to the bullpen. Okay, Mr. Barrows, I'll see you. Why do you think Strowman? Because again, I just want to know. I don't personally see Strowman going to the bullpen, but that's just me. They said the White Sox will finish the season 38 and 124. I mean, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're on a bad losing streak right now, but we'll see what happens with that organization in the future. But things are not looking good with this team, so which is unfortunate. Yeah, he has been off his game. lately, yeah, he's been inconsistent, no doubt. I mean, his last start was not great. I mean, he gave up 7 runs and only pitched uh two innings. I mean, that's not great. That's not great for a starter. And then they had to go to the bullpen early in that game. So you need the starters to shove, right. You need them to pitch 5-6 innings, but you know sometimes it just doesn't happen. We need a clean sweep of the Angels. Yeah, I agree, Will Star. I agree. They should be able to sweep the Angels. You know, um, I mean, I'll be happy with 2 out of 3. Okay, like don't get. I'm not gonna complain about 2 out of 3, but they should be able to sweep the Angels. I'm just glad the Yankees are starting to win games again. They're starting to win series again. That's a great feeling. We'll see how things play out this month, and we'll see how things play out in the in September. Right? It's gonna be tight. These games are going to be crucial. The division is going to be tight between the Yankees and the Orioles because it's one of those two teams that are finishing in first place. And I'm confident that the Yankees can finish the season in at the top of the division. Right now, the Orioles and the Yankees are both 67 and 46. Both teams are 21 games over 500. They're both tied for first place. The Yankees had an opportunity to have sole possession of first place, but unfortunately, they lost that game against the Blue Jays on Friday, and that was the game that Marcus Stroman pitched. So they're going to have to get to that killer mentality these next few series, try to put distance. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Rodney, what I think, man? Um, Whichever team finishes in first place, whether it's the Yankees or the Orioles, I do think that they're gonna finish. They're gonna win it by like 2 or 3 games at the most. I would say 4. It's gonna be really really close. Like it's like the you know I don't think either team is going to uh, win. Finish in first place by a lot of games. I would say 4 at the most, but I expect one of these teams to finish at the top of the division by anywhere between 1 and 3. That's my prediction. You know, but I do feel that the Yankees can finish the at the end of the season at the top of the division. That's what I think. Nestor to the bullpen. They need another lefty. Keep Hill in the rotation. Skip some starts or 80 pitches per game. Yeah, Joa, and they could very well do that with him. They could very well do that with him. The Yankees next year will shed payroll and let rookies play. Trevino, Cortez, and Grisham will all be traded. No big signings except for Soto. Yeah, I mean Trevino, I don't see on this team. Cortez, I wouldn't. I'm saying it right now. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets traded. Grisham, I don't know. That's a question mark for me with Trent Grisham. I think he'll be back. He has another year of control. I think he'll still be that fourth outfielder. And with Verdugo not being signed back after this season, he'll play elsewhere. That's where Jason Dominguez will be the starting left fielder. I think they'll keep Grisham personally. Yankees next game, 9 games. Yeah, Angels, Rangers, White Sox. I mean, with these teams, a 9-game sweep, they should be able to. Like I said, they should be able to sweep the Angels. They should be able to sweep the White Sox. Just saying. The Rangers, not so much. The Rangers they're fighting, right? They're fighting. So, I wouldn't call the Rangers series a sweep. 2 out of 3, I could potentially see. I still think the Rangers they're still a good team. Although, right now they're 5 games back in first place. Where are they in the wild card? Yeah, 8.5 games. Listen, I don't know that they win a wild card spot, but baseball is it's a crazy sport, so you never know what happens. But they should be able to beat the Rangers. I would say 2 out of 3 sweep. I don't know, but Angels, White Sox, they should be able to sweep. So don't get your. I'm not expecting them to get any big players except re-sign Juan Soto. I mean, they're going to play some of their guys from their farm. Six and 3 or 7-2 of these 9. I could see either one of those records there, nosebleed, 100%. Yeah, should. Yeah, we should sweep those teams. It is, yeah. I mean, with these next 9 games that the Yankees are going to play, I mean, all those games are winnable. I mean, 100%. You got Ronnie has 8-1. Hey. This team will take off Dominguez's call up in September. They're going to have to much speed. Oh my God, yeah, especially with those 3. Whew. It's going to be there's going to be some fire for sure with Dominguez. Yankees 5 out of 9. Okay. Ken's saying that the White Sox management are a pack of idiots. They trade Kopech, Fetty, and Pham and got very little return. They kept the biggest trade assets for nothing. I mean, well, Garrett Crochet shot himself in the foot with his comments. So, of course, teams as soon as teams heard those comments, it was just like, yep, no, thank you. So they're definitely not. They definitely were not interested anymore, especially after his comments. So I don't blame them. You got the Yankees going 7-2 in the next 9 games. Awesome. I like it. That's entirely possible. Yeah, he did talk himself into staying on the South Side. He did. I mean, he could have been playing for a contender, but he hurt himself. He hurt himself. But what are you going to do? He's going to be with the White Sox now. I mean, again, unless he changes his comments from what he said before, he's not going anywhere. About your 3 in Seattle? What do you mean, Rodney? About your Are the Yankees going to Seattle? Benintendi and his salary? What is he getting paid? I'm gonna look up his contract real quick because I know he's not. I don't think he's having a great year. Yeah, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't trade him. Come to think of it, I mean, he's getting paid $17 million a year, and he's still with the team. I mean, he's not a free agent until 2028. Right now, I mean, he's got a batting average of 206, 9 home runs, 34 RBIs. So he's actually having a down year this year. He's not having a good season. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like is he hurt? I feel like he was suffering from an injury. Or he did get hurt and came back, but yeah, I mean, he's not having a great season just from looking at his stats right now. So You live in Seattle. Okay, that's what's up, man. Are you from the West Coast or are you from New York originally? Yeah, well, there's a lot of West Coast Yankees fans, that's for sure. Yeah. Well, he went. Yeah, I know, right? He chose the white. It was about the money, and honestly, I'll be honest with you, Will Star. I'm happy that Benintendi didn't sign. I'm glad the Yankees, or I'm glad he didn't sign with the Yankees, honestly, because to me, honestly, I don't think he fit with that team. I think the chemistry was a little bit off. So if I'm being honest, man, I'm glad he's not with. I'm glad he's not a New York Yankee. I don't think he was the right fit, and it didn't look like he wanted to be there. At least that was kind of the vibe that he was giving off to me. Oh, I wasn't upset. I definitely was not upset there, Frank. No way. Yeah, and he is always hurt. Oh, you're from Alaska originally. Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. That's cool, man. Yeah, he's always hurt. Yeah, and speaking of, like I said, speaking of guys that are always hurt, and I'll talk about it in the pregame later on, because as you all know, I do pregames uh, when the Yankees are playing. Um, Mike Trout, he's another guy that's injury prone, and it's sad because he's such an excellent player. I do like Mike Trout. I'm a Mike Trout fan, but injuries have plagued this guy a lot, and he just had another torn meniscus in his knee. He's done for the season. I don't even know what the future holds for Mike Trout, man. But I feel bad for the guy. I really do. Um, Again, great player, but I think those injuries, man, have plagued him, and I don't know that if he'll get if he'll get like a Hall of Fame consideration because of those injuries. I think he belongs in the Hall of Fame personally, but you know, we'll see. Oh yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad Benintendi didn't sign with the Yankees. Honestly, I don't think he was worth it, and he didn't really move the needle with the Yankees when they acquired him at the trade deadline 2 years ago. And like I said, I don't think he belonged there. I don't think he belonged. I don't think he was a good fit. So I think. I mean, I think so. I don't. I know they didn't put him. He's not in the Hall of Fame officially yet, but I think he is too. I just don't know if he's gonna be there. Yeah, I don't think Benintendi was a fit for the Yankees. But it is what it is. It's in the past now. The Yankees are in a much better position now, right? Born and raised in Brooklyn, but reside in Long Beach, California. So when I get home, I'm catching game in the six all the time. No doubt, bro. From Brooklyn, what part of Brooklyn, man? I still have some family there. I was born in New York too. So, uh, what part of Brooklyn? And when did you move to California? And I have been to Long Beach, so I've visited Southern California before. Yeah, some people do. Some people do. Sunset Park? Oh wow, dude, I'm familiar. So I'm familiar with Sunset Park. Um, I still have family in Marine Park and Sheepshead Bay. So I used to hang out around Marine Park, Sheepshead Bay, Bensonhurst, Bay Ridge. So I used to be around hang out around those areas when I go back and visit. Yeah, Verdugo is at least healthy. Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's what's going to be best, man. I think he needs to ask for a trade, but I don't see that happening. I think he's going to retire an Angel, but I could very well be wrong. Not trying to be negative, but the weather here in the Bronx is crappy. Rain and thunderstorms. Don't know if they're going to. Yeah, I heard that New York is going to get a lot of rain this week. So, I mean, hopefully there's not a lot of delayed games or postponements. Hate to see that. Yeah, I mean, that contract is looking bad. So, yeah, the Yankees dodged the bullet with Ben Attendee. What's up, Brandon? Yankees sweep Angels, sweep Sox, 2-1 versus Texas, 8-1 in the. Yeah, I could see that. Oh wow, you got family all over those locations. All right, nice, nice. Why did you move to California, man? Well, that's the other problem. No one's going to take that money when it comes to Mike Trout, unless the Angels eat most of that money. You're from Bensonhurst? Oh, you had a deli in Sunset Park? No freaking way. Wow. So I take it no more deli there, Mr. Barrows? Yeah, we're going way back. Wife just said if they go to the ALCS, I can go. Oh, man. There you go. Yeah, hopefully they make it to the LCS, man, so that way you can go and cheer these guys on. I'm actually due for a Yankees game. Although the Yankees are coming out to Colorado next May, they'll be out here. So I talked to a few of the folks that I interact with on this channel. I interact with them outside of this channel, so we're trying to get a group of us going for when the Yankees come out here to Colorado. And I'm definitely this time I'm going to go to all 3 games. They were out here last season. I went to 2 of them, but this time around I'm going to go to all 3. I'm going to make that happen. Back in '94. Okay, so it's been a long time. So 30 years. Woo. Oh, okay. You have a sister in Colorado. Where in Colorado is she? Supposed to be a 2-week trip because I had to help my boss open up a branch out here, and it ended up being. Oh man, are you enjoying it in California? Do you wish to move back to New York, or you like where you are? What are we thinking? 59? That ain't old. Come on. Yeah, no, that shouldn't be a problem. I know Colorado is going to be there next. I know the Rockies are going to be there towards the end of the month. It looks like in about 3 weeks. So the Yankees should be able to do some light work. Oh, so Colorado Springs there, Ronnie. So yeah, Colorado Springs is about an hour away from me. So I live 20 minutes north of Denver. But yeah, man, if you're able to come out next year, man, I want to get a group of us going, and I want to, if we could get a big group coming out, I want to call up like the Rockies box office and see if I could get like some sort of like group discount. I think that would be awesome. Bermuda, ooh, awesome. Yeah. Let me know, man. We still got a little bit of ways to go. I'll be honest with you, dude. I didn't really watch too much of the Olympics. My man Ronnie in on all 3. Let's go. Rob thinks you're an old fart. Well, to me, you're not old there, Mr. Barrows, but that's just me. Whatever your son says. I mean, I don't get involved in family matters, so. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Yeah, nosebleed section is planning a trip next year to Denver. So him and his I think his wife is coming out too. And then Gusto and his girl, they live out here in Colorado too. So they're gonna come up as well. I heard something. I think it was Nosebleed that mentioned it, but Sierra made a mention of it too. So, yeah, we got to get a group of us going. That would be, I think that would be a ton of fun. And I was talking with Uncle Tats from the Pinstripe Chronicles, and he said he brought it up to his wife for next year, so to see if they could fit it into the budget. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend. It's in May, there, Jonathan. So if you want to come out, that'll be awesome. Sierra's planning. Yeah, she's planning. Cool. Yeah, it never rains. Yeah, I hear you, bro. I hear you. Yeah, Tats. We talked, and Tats said that he's already he's trying to plan it from now. So we'll see. And Celso, that'll be cool if Celso was to come out with Jigga. So, but that's what we got, folks. That's what we got. But I appreciate I'm gonna actually close it out here, though. I do appreciate it. But I'm gonna close it out here, though. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you all for joining me this morning. A lot of cool things to talk about. So that we talked about, right, with the Yankees winning again, the lineup, the pitching, and then kind of going back down memory lane with New York and where and also where people live and talking about the future. So all good stuff here, folks. But folks, thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you all hit that like button if you have not yet. Make sure you all hit that subscribe button. Join in on the conversation. Share this channel out with everybody you know. Jump over to the Morning Brew. They have Bernie Williams on the show, which is exciting. I'm going to definitely check it out. Join me later on today, folks. I'm going to go live for the pregame at 5 o'clock. It's the Yankees and Angels. We'll talk about the lineup. We'll talk about predictions. You know how we do it, folks. You know how we do it. We have a lot of fun in the pregame, so it's always a good time. But I hope to see all of you there. So enjoy the rest of your day, folks. Enjoy your Tuesday. Enjoy your week. Have a great day. Drink plenty of water. Be safe out there. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you later today for the pregame. Shout out to all of you. Let's go Yankees.